Hello, my name is Hannah Garcia, and today I will be doing a visual analysis on this piece called Beaker with Ibex Motifs. I'm going to talk about the texture of this piece. So, as you can see, there is some light reflecting or bouncing off this piece. And from what I can make of it, if there were to be any sort of shadows, you would say that there would be some rigidness, excuse me, to the piece. You can obviously see some cracks, but I believe this piece was made to be like smooth, right? But if you see the top of this piece, you can see some organic lines that sort of form this illusion of rigidness. Um, but overall, I believe that this um, piece is made to be smooth. Okay, so backtracking to lines. In this piece, I see some organic and inorganic lines. Um, they seem to be vertical and horizontal, but some also are taking shape of what I consider to be certain animals. So the organic lines
Inorganic.
are thick and thin, I want to mention. But if you look at the top of this piece, you can see that there are, let's just say, diagonal lines that are pretty short and are facing down. And with that, I want to make the assumption that it is a head, but also it is connected to this horizontal line that I believe to be a neck, followed by a dash almost, making the body into like stubby little legs. Now, a long necked animal, first thing to come to mind was a giraffe. Now, these giraffes are, let's just say, in a line, in this case, going around, or what I assume to be around the piece, but it seems that they're following each other to go somewhere. Going a little bit down, you can see that there is a separation that meets, and there is another animal. The separation being made by an organic horizontal line. Um, there's another animal that I am assuming is a fast type of animal, only because the way the artist painted it makes it seem that there's this type of movement that is going really fast. Going down once more, again, there is a horizontal organic line that
Inorganic.
divides the top and the bottom. But if you look more closely, the lines are taking a more abstract form. They seem to start taking shape because they are going into like 90-degree angles, which represent like corners. It makes me think that it is taking shape of a rectangle. And it seems to be going around the art piece, but it is also connected by two horizontal thick lines that form into one thick shape. Now, there is another animal that is within these rectangular shapes. The first big thing that caught my attention were these almost primary organic shapes um, that are making this crescent moon shape. I realize when you look further down, you see this four-legged animal that I perceive to be a goat because of one, the horns, but many animals have these kinds of horns. So my other context clue was this sort of beard-like structure that it is made up of organic lines and this tail too. There's also this circular structure within the horns. Um, I wasn't able to make out what it may have been. Thinking about it now, it could be like the sun, um, but it wouldn't explain the arrow-like lines that are pointing in the right direction. It could be some kind of symbol, um, but honestly, I'm not really sure what to make out of it. There is a lot of inorganic lines, like this straight horizontal line. There are like inorganic diagonal lines that again are forming an arrow, but also within the circles, there are these little tiny ones, circles, that from afar seem to be like scales. And one last thing in the bottom. Now, I wasn't sure what to make out of it, but it seems like there are light and dark colors um, that make me believe that it is perhaps water in the more darker areas. Um, it seems to be like the normal waters, while that white area is like when waves crash together and they make these like bubbles. Um, Perhaps it's something like that. And yeah, that is the end of my visual analysis. I hope you enjoy.